Yo, great friends. What is going on? It is a Wednesday afternoon, presuming you're on the East Coast. It is a Wednesday mid-morning. If you're with us out on the West Coast, if you're listening on channel 159 on Sirius XM, part of SportsGrid Radio, happy to have you guys here. If you are watching on SportsGrid television, on your Roku, on Amazon Prime, on Fubo, on Samsung TVs, Vizio TVs, wherever it is that you happen to be watching, we're glad you guys are here. This is Kaplan and Crew, and we're presented by 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. For those of you that are watching, you can use that QR code in the bottom left corner of your screen, and you can check out 7 Mile Casino. All right, Grande Brown Man, this hour, I definitely want to get to some Olympics. I want to get back to some baseball. I also want to get to a Torrey Holistics highlight of the day, man. And Chase Fisher, who is the founder of Blenders Eyewear, is going to stop by because now that we've got this whole tattoo challenge thing going, this is out of control. I was shocked yesterday to have two great friends, Tommy and Fat Tony, both go to a tattoo parlor yesterday and get tats on their wrist. And as a result, they got $2,000 in Blenders Eyewear. So I don't care where you are in the country. If you want to get involved in this, we'll get you all the information, and Chase will be with us later in the hour. So, and I also got a couple other people that are in our YouTube chat. Bernard Thompson, for example, he's like, yo, my arms are all tatted out already. So I don't know if, will Chase let me do the tat over some current tats? Or maybe he sent me a picture of his elbow. His elbow's clean. He's like, can I do it up here? People will do a lot for $2,000 worth of sunglasses.
It's a lot of sunglasses. It's a small tattoo.
A lot of sunglasses.
Yeah. We put up a poll, and we want to get your opinion on this. Alex, where is this poll on our website, kaplanandcrew.com?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Why don't you quickly show it to us? And then I want to ask you guys, because last night, well, here's the poll. If you go to kaplanandcrew.com, it is on our website. Would you get a Blenders tattoo for $2,000 in Blenders store credit? Okay.
Well, I can answer for the three of us here. I mean, no chance.
Our answer is no.
Right.
Our answer is we're out. Okay.
Yeah, we out of there.
Yeah, but other people are in.
Right.
Okay, so if you want to answer the poll question and you want to leave a comment in the poll, all you have to do, for those of you watching, is use the QR code down on the bottom left corner of the screen. And I'm going to say this right now. Everybody watching, you should take your phone, click the QR code, and go vote on this poll. Because I think it'll be really funny when Chase comes on to be able to tell him, hey, look, we've got 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, whatever it is. And they all commented on this. Here's JD Dio Campo, who is jumping into our live YouTube chat. He says, I'm trying to find a time by Friday night to get my tattoo. There's no way I'm passing that up. All right, JD.
All right.
Looking good, my man. Looking
Get
good.
that thing.
Yeah. All right. Tell me this, fellas. Who watched Chicago Bears Hard Knocks last night? And Browner, that's your team. So I'm thinking you watch it.
Half his team.
You ready? Are you ready for my breakdown? Boring, bruh. I ain't never watched Hard Knocks before, so I've seen like small snippets of it across the internet over time that it's been produced, and when something good happens, like when the Cleveland Browns guy was like, "Hut, hut," and his stomach kept jumping. I saw that. I saw Let's Go Have a GD Snack. I saw that. Like the things that go viral, I catch them. This is the first time I've ever sat down and watched it. Excited, by the way. Had a snack, had a drink, watched the entire episode because you all know my love and affinity for the Chicago Bears. God, I was bored. I kept checking to see how much time was left.
I'm trying to tell you
bored.
guys.
I wasn't blown away by Nick Saban. They didn't really tell me anything. I didn't find it intriguing. The only part about it that I was like kind of invested in is when the guy was singing God Bless America or Proud to Be an American, whatever he was singing.
Oh, yeah,
he ripped off and he had like the eagle, and then they named him the Canadian Eagle. And then he got cut after the first game because he did a split and tore his
hamstring.
No, I don't know that he got cut. I mean, he got hurt. So I don't know if they're going to put him on injured reserve. Did they actually release him?
They said bye-bye to him on the show.
I mean, wasn't he like an undrafted guy anyways or something?
Yeah, he was, but yeah. I don't, you'll have to, excuse me, I don't remember that part of them
long snapper
cutting him. Right. I don't remember them cutting him.
They said It said there's only one person that's going bye-bye after tonight's game.
Yeah.
This is what they said on the show.
Yeah.
The voiceover guy. And they showed him riding off on a cart with a crutch by himself.
Yeah, you can't listen. You can cut a guy if he's hurt, but then you have to pay him. You got to pay him because you can't cut him when he's hurt. So
His signing bonus was $2,000.
Yeah,
20,000.
Yeah, I thought it was 20 grand, but
Well,
whatever.
Same.
But
same
no. But
people
the
that
point
level.
is that you'd have to pay him more than that. You can't just cut him if he's hurt. So
The
either
point
way,
to what Browner is saying is absolutely correct. Hard Knocks, this version of it, it's run its course. We've seen it 20 times now,
right?
And there's nothing new. And you know, I've seen every season of Hard Knocks. I watched the Giants off-season Hard Knocks. I've been telling you that's the best Hard Knocks that there's ever been. But you two refuse to watch it. What I'm telling you,
I refuse to watch it. It's just
you actually said yesterday I'm not going to watch.
Well,
it. I'm just
only
watch
because I was going to go into the Bears Hard Knocks because I'm interested in Caleb Williams. But I will tell you this right now, I agree with Browner. I mean, he's a hardcore, lifelong Bears fan, and that show was boring as hell last night.
I could have told you guys it's been the same thing for 5 years, and the reason it run its course is because the NFL changed their roster cuts, and we used to fall in love with like a 7th round fullback, and then we would fall in love with like some 5th string tight end, and we'd fall in love with these stories of like this guy might make it, and then you know what, episode 2 he gets cut. Or, there's no more roster cuts, so there's no more of those stories. Now you got to focus on Caleb Williams being terrible. Of course he's terrible. Like, the dude's
first day.
A rookie. Like, it's his first day. Like, oh, DJ Moore got paid. Cool. But you know what I saw in the offseason version of the Giants? I saw how deals get made, and I saw what goes into deals getting made or not made if you're Saquon Barkley. On this version, you're like, hey, DJ, come upstairs. Boom, $100 million. Like, who cares? Like, show me the inside stuff. We're not going to see any. You know what you're going to see? Pre-produced things like the Chicago Bulls introduction, which wasn't even that cool.
That was terrible.
And then pre-produced things like Jonathan Owens re-watching his wife Simone Biles. Like that wasn't live. He was in Paris.
I was so confused by that because like they excused him from practice to go to Paris to support Simone Biles, and then the end of the show is him sitting on his couch watching her. I'm like, bro, weren't you there for that? Right. I'm gonna tell you this though. Let me tell you one other problem with Hard Knocks through at least episode 1. I might give it a second look. I might. But here's the problem. You know who's utterly unimpressive and thus far completely uninteresting?
Yes.
Browner, your coach, man. You see, the thing is that when they did the Detroit Lions and you got to meet their head coach and he's walking around all jacked out like he's a pro wrestler and he's got these pro wrestling motivational talks, Dan Campbell, that guy's amazing. That guy makes great TV. The Chicago Bears coach, Matt Eberflus, he's boring.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to have to tell me about his wife redoing his hairdo and him growing a beard, that's boring.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban showing up, and I didn't know
pre-produced.
I didn't know that Nick Saban was his coach in college. I didn't know that he was a linebacker. What was it, Akron or someplace like that?
Toledo.
Great watching him make 2 tackles.
Okay, I didn't know
he was huge though. What the hell, man?
I didn't know that about Saban, and to see Saban sitting across from him, like coaching him about things that you would think are obvious for fans.
Now,
and he's sitting there with a notebook. He's sitting there with like a notebook.
Dude, Browner.
I got
Browner. Before you say, did you roll your eyes when Eberflus was telling Caleb Williams how to quarterback? A defensive coordinator telling Caleb Williams what to do with his
make sure you're on your back foot. Make sure you're on your front foot. Make sure you get your weight forward. I mean, that was ridiculous.
The one thing I agree with almost everything y'all said. I will defend Matt Eberflus in this way and this way only. When Nick Saban comes in the building and whatever he's telling you, pay attention, and whatever you catch out of that, write it down.
What did you get out of that?
But he put him in a conference room with just Eberflus.
Right. What did you get out of that?
I mean, I'm saying
that Caleb Williams is going to have a lot of pressure on him.
That's what they chose to show you. If Nick Saban starts coaching you, you let him coach you. Period.
Fair. But you got to admit, that was boring as hell. All right, stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios.
I'm out.
7milecasino.com. We got a lot more to get to. What'd you watch on the Olympics? Let's get there.
hopefully they learned their lesson. Hey, this ain't the NBA, bro. You don't have 6 fouls, and they will check you on this stuff. And Brooks has a reputation coming into this. You can tell the refs are watching him, and they were on him all the time.
This was 10, 12 years ago. Canada playing Greece with that type of lead if they had. They probably would have mentally crumbled and lost that game to Greece by 3 or 4 points in the final minute of that ball game.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
What is the ceiling for this kid? Now that he's got the money, and we saw something click with him, what is the ceiling for a Jordan Love in this Green Bay team?
Deepest pass target group in the National Football League. 2 stud tight ends. They're legit 5 deep at receiver, 7 bona fide pass targets deal. Come on, man. This guy could be a stud. Top 5 quarterback.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Say the under has the correct juice to the 6.5 win total for the New York Giants. It's a losing season. It's a bad season in the greater New York area. Is Brian Daboll and is Joe Shane back next year?
As a Giants fan, what are you looking forward to? Absolutely nothing. You're hoping like the Yankees make a long enough run so you can forget about the Giants.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
If the U.S. gets to a bad start and they're down or close, I may double down on the second quarter because I know that that's when Steve Kerr is going to want to either A, if it's close, like, open it up. If they're losing, you got to get the lead because you don't want teams like it was in South Sudan that believe that they can win.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Yo, great friends all around Southern California, our home base, and to all of our new people watching and listening via SportsGrid all around the country. We're glad to have you guys here. This is Kaplan and crew with Grande and the Brown Man, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. I asked the question, what did you watch last night in the Olympics, if you were watching the Olympics? And I'm going to get to that in just 1 second. But before I do, one more time today, our first day with a new partner to the show. And I'll say it like this. If you're in San Diego, great. If you're in LA and you're coming down to San Diego, this is for you. If you are somewhere on the East Coast and your baseball team is coming into town this summer and you're looking for the spot, I'm about to make this introduction. It's called Gaslamp Tavern. And for everybody that's watching right now, you can use your QR code and use your phone and you can learn all about it. You got Gaslamp Tavern. You've got Revel, which is the next level up. And then you've got Paddock on 5th. Listen, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, Del Mar starts running again. They'll run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got some big races coming up for the Great Friend Stables this upcoming weekend. But, Alex, if you put that slide back up on the screen, if you're in downtown San Diego and you want to bet on the races at Del Mar or even at Saratoga or any other track around the country, the race book upstairs is the only one of its kind. It's called Paddock on 5th. You can have all the great food and beverage from the Gaslamp Tavern, but you're up on that 3rd level and you can bet off track on the Del Mar races, which are 25 miles up the road, or it could be Saratoga all the way across the country. This is the only place in San Diego. Paddock on 5th, that's where you go. And also, Browner, are you telling me that you're going to host the Chatlin's fantasy football draft at the Gaslamp Tavern? Is that what you're saying?
I'm going down there tomorrow to do some negotiations. Okay, and if things work out, the greatest commissioner of all time is back in the league.
Oh, damn. Damn.
The GOAT has returned to commish along possibly. I mean, the position is open. JD DeCampo, you got the inside track. But I know there's some other people who want that job.
You know that the guys down at the Gaslamp Tavern told me yesterday they're installing an espresso martini.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. Because I want to be the first person to whip that thing out and show the people what they got down.
All right,
I've had espresso when people like scoff at espresso martinis coming from like a tap or some sort of machine. I'll tell you, when I was in Vegas,
tell what I just said. Don't tell. Jesus. Thanks for listening.
Right. Tough, man. They're installing an espresso martini machine.
You can't keep nothing secret these days.
No,
Thanks, Internet.
Nothing. All right, let me do this.
They were delicious.
Yeah, they're great. I love them. Hey, I'm watching the USA versus Australia right now in men's water polo. You guys watching this
Women.
right now?
Does
Women ball.
can I ask you something? Does any sport look more miserable to play than water polo?
No,
Let me tell you
thanks, man.
something. Let me tell you something right now. I didn't grow up playing water polo. I never played a day of water polo in my entire life. Okay. But I swam. And I didn't swim competitively in high school or college or anything like that. But I got into swimming late. I got into swimming so that I could train for the Ironman. This is years ago.
Mhm.
Right. So I learned how to swim.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, water polo is a ridiculously difficult game to play. I thought,
I can
hey,
tell.
I know how to swim. Because I know how to swim, I'll be able to play water polo. So I know this guy in La Jolla, and he has his full-blown pool at his house, and he invites people over on Sundays, and everybody goes in the pool and plays water polo.
Mhm.
Bro, I'm in the game, but I'm standing on the side of the pool just hanging on for dear life, Jack. It is so hard to play this game.
Dude.
Did
thanks.
the US just win?
Yes. Quarterfinals advanced. They're going on to the semis.
11-10 US.
I can't think about a sport I care less about than water polo.
No, it's not about
Oh, no.
caring less. It's not about caring less. Like, trust me, there's plenty of sports I like competitive. What is it? Not the speed rock climbing. That one's cool. There's one where they'd put different ways and you have to like puzzle your way up a rock climb. I was so bored trying to watch people figure that out.
You think that was boring? Let me tell you last night, and I've seen the sport before, every Olympics that you see it. I hadn't seen it at all so far in this Olympics. The dumbest sport on the planet is speed walking. Did you watch the speed walking competition last night?
I wouldn't say that's the dumbest.
I
Oh,
ain't got nothing against speed walking, dog. Come on.
Come on, man.
So dumb that
How dumb is it?
I'll tell you how dumb it is. Remember when Browner told us he was going to go out and win a marathon? Then he found out a marathon he was going to run a 5K, and then he realized he couldn't do that. And then I saw that men's 1500 yesterday. That was incredible. I must have seen.
Dude. I
three
rewatched
times.
it. I rewatched the full extent of it, like where the guys were legitimately talking trash before the race, like for a year. And dude, that thing was incredible. I had to show
Amazing.
my wife. It was incredible.
Dude, that little U.S. short white guy with the man bun who came from out of nowhere. But the walking, I watched it because it was like, hey, there's the Eiffel Tower, and they're walking underneath it. Oh, and my girlfriend, Rachel, shout out to you, Rach. I know you're watching right now, girl. She's like, I could win this. and when she told me that,
Shout out to Rach.
I heard Browner, right? Like my mind was blown. Like that's the kind of thing Browner would say. I could win the speed walking at the Olympics. She told me I could actually win this because she's a fast walker. It is
Don't they walk
looking
a marathon?
sport.
Don't they walk a marathon?
I don't know. It's so dumb.
Let me tell you what I watched last
ain't
night.
that bad.
And I
Come on,
don't think it was dumb, but I'll tell you, I don't even know how you get into it. Synchronized swimming.
That's tough too.
Dude, it looks so hard.
Tough.
And I watched, there was, I don't know what I recorded, but my wife wanted to watch it. She made me watch it. And I was like, all right, here come. And I tune in. Mexico's in first place. I was like, Mexico's in first place. And then here comes Spain, better than Mexico. And then here comes America. You know what they did? They did a moonwalk upside down in the pool.
Really?
Underwater. And somehow all 6 or 7 of those women did some moonwalk across my screen. It was incredible. And then
That's awesome.
And then here come the Chinese. And when
it's over.
I tell you, communism won that round. Out of place. It was that dude. Water polo and synchronized swimming. Those look impossible. Honestly.
Okay. Hey, I see Neil. The Neil Saw is in our live YouTube chat. Browner, here's a challenge for you. Let's find out what the female Olympic speed walking champion averages per mile, and let's see if you can beat her mile. You run, she speed walks.
I love that.
What do you think, Browner?
Light work.
Light work for a brother right there, right?
Light work.
All right, here come your shout outs. This is Kaplan and crew. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. You're in the chat. Here comes your shout out next.
try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Hopefully they learned their lesson. Hey, this ain't the NBA, bro. You don't have 6 fouls, and they will check you on this stuff. And Brooks has a reputation coming into this. You can tell the refs are watching them, and they were on him all the time.
This was 10, 12 years ago. Canada playing Greece with that type of lead if they had. They probably would have mentally crumbled and lost that game to Greece by 3 or 4 points in the final minute of that ball game.
Sports Rage Late Night. Only on SportsGrid.
Say the under has the correct juice to the 6.5 win total for the New York Giants. It's a losing season. It's a bad season in the greater New York area. Is Brian Daboll and is Joe Shane back next year?
As a Giants fan, what are you looking forward to? Absolutely nothing. You're hoping like the Yankees make a long enough run so you can forget about the Giants.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
The bottom of this field is a bunch of guys, quite frankly, that aren't on the tour, aren't on the DP tour, aren't on the Corn Ferry tour.
You know, the top 25 or so in this field, I mean, you've got Rory, you've got Lowry, you've got Scheffler, you know, all 4 Americans, Minwoo Lee and Jason Day. And you go to Mito Pereira and Joaquin Neiman out of Chile. So, you know, it really is pretty deep.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
Yo, great friends, what's happening? It is a Wednesday. This is Kaplan and crew, Got Grande and the Brown Man. This segment is being brought to us by our friends at Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty Services. My man, Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper has been a partner to this show for over 20 years. 20 years. They give him a job, they kick him in the butt, and they say, hey, a computer took your place, daddy. That's hard times. Listen, Gary Cooper been here 20 years, okay? If you are looking to buy a house, and by the way, I'm going to call a timeout on that. I don't know if you want to buy right now because all the talk is that interest rates are on their way down. So you should start talking to Gary to position yourself. Buying, selling, home equity line of credit, never make a move or any type of transaction in real estate without first talking to our man, Gary Cooper, Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty Services, 858-376-1299.
Something to watch for in the Olympics real quick.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles just finished second in the semifinal of the 200 meter. And it looked like he tried, but you never know.
Okay.
He didn't win any of his heats. I don't think he won the semifinal in the 100 meter either.
Okay. So even though he came in second, he advances obviously to the final.
And I believe the final is today, but I'll double check that.
Okay. Yeah, the Olympics, I'll tell you right now, this has been a great Olympics as far as I'm concerned. I love the way
final tomorrow at 11:30.
Okay. I love the way the city of Paris looks. I love the Eiffel Tower and how much you see of it because that is your landmark in Paris. So like when the girls are playing beach volleyball, I don't watch the dudes. The girls beach volleyball is the sexiest sport there is. I think speed walking is dumb. We're going to find out what is the average pace of the winner of the gold medal in speed walking for women. And then we're going to see if Browner can run 1 mile as fast or faster than these women. Okay. I think it's a dumb sport. But when it comes to beach volleyball, it is the sexiest sport going, man. I'm telling you that right now.
Did you see that the gymnastics arena has officially been turned into where they're going to play basketball for the rest of the tournament as well? So now that gymnastics is done, I saw like that. What's it called? Time lapse of them removing all gymnastics and then bringing in all basketball. Yeah. But you're right. I have watched a lot of beach volleyball, but I'm not like you. I don't mind watching the men or the women because
I don't mind watching
is
the
so
men.
stupid. That backdrop is so stupid. And I wonder why they chose volleyball of all things to put like right there.
Right. Like where you can see the Eiffel Tower. And by the way, I'm not opposed to watching the men. It's just that Chase Budinger, who went to high school in San Diego, went to college at Arizona, was drafted into the NBA, had a distinguished NBA career, not like Hall of Fame, not great, no championships, but a very distinguished career as a pro basketball player, to now be in your 30s and go transition to become an Olympic caliber beach volleyball player. I was super interested in that story, but he got knocked out. And there went my story. So,
right.
By the way, Chase Fisher, the founder of Blenders Eyewear, coming up in the next segment, we're going to show Chase that Fat Tony and Tommy both went and got their tattoos yesterday, and therefore Chase owes them each $2,000 worth of Blenders Eyewear. And Bernard Thompson, longtime great friend, he's all tatted out, and he wants to go with the tattoos over his current tattoos. And I don't know if Chase is going to go for that. I don't know.
Chase put Chase or Blenders put an Instagram post last night that they were nearing already. I'm sure they've already surpassed it. 100 people that did it, like within the first 8 hours.
And Chase just texted me to send him the link to the show, and I sent it to him by text, but I told him he probably should have gotten it by email.
Check his spam.
Okay.
And tell him not to cuss because we're live now.
Okay. Check your spam, and we are live. Please don't curse. I'll put it this way. It's hard for me too.
Sometimes.
Okay, there we go.
Sometimes it's hard.
Okay. Let's give some shout outs right now. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We are broadcasting everywhere on planet Earth. I'm talking every kind of TV, every streaming service, Sirius XM channel 159, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, iHeart, you name it, we're on it. Grande, shout some people out.
Luis Amaya says, always listen on Spotify, first time live. This is great. He also sent a message saying, you will remember me because I was the one that brought In-N-Out gear to the old studio.
Dude, Browner was wearing that In-N-Out hoodie just recently.
Still got it. What happened to the jacket, dog?
I don't know what happened to that
jacket.
That jacket.
Jacket.
That jacket got lost in translation, like in a move. I don't know what happened to that In-N-Out jacket.
Jacket was dope.
JD Ocampo says, Browner, that's awesome. We almost have a full roster of Chatlins ready to go for fantasy football.
How do people join our Chatlins Fantasy Football League? Do we know?
Information
JD?
to come. Information to come. Information to come.
You could always email the show at kaplanandcrew.com as well. Just FYI.
All right.
There you go.
All right. You can always email the show at kaplanandcrew.com. By the way, it's kind of funny. I got an email the other day from a media writer who wanted to talk to me about the show expanding to Sirius and SportsGrid. And he must have sent the email to like our YouTube email or something.
Scott Kaplan vlog or something?
I don't know, man. It took and then I got to him way late and I'd already missed the article. I didn't care. All right, listen, Chase Fisher coming up next. Let's talk about getting tattoos for sunglasses next on Kaplan and Crew.
What has happened? What has transpired here at the First Bank Center here in Denver, Colorado? It wasn't just a big night of fights. It was a big night of memorable moments.
Conor McGregor with us here in Denver, Colorado. Good left hand from Rockhold. Right hand right back from Mike Perry.
Can I get a face-off with Conor McGregor, man?
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here are warriors, and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, yeah. We'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center here in Salt Lake City, Utah, folks. What a night. It is going to be historic indeed for BKFC 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight.
Perry on the turn. Right hand from Perry. Double check. Who's the king of violence? I am.
Combat fighting in its purest form. Bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
80 seconds remaining.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.
And as always, we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Now, Chase Fisher is going to join us in just a matter of moments. He is the founder of Blenders Eyewear. And Chase put out on social media, like we didn't get an email, from Blenders like, hey, guys, maybe we should do this on the show. We saw it on social media.
I
Just like
saw it
everybody else.
randomly, yeah.
Right. We saw it like everybody else saw it. And so here, go ahead, Alex. Read to everybody who's watching and listening what Chase put out on social.
Calling all loyal blend heads, you have been called to duty to show your stripes for life. The mission is simple. Get the same tattoo that @Chase Fisher has on his wrist. Same size, same place, same tat, any color you want. The reward, legend status, and $2,000 store credits to redeem your prize. Post a video of you getting it done and submit here. Email tattoo@blenderseyewear.com or DM @blenders.
Okay, so now here is Chase Fisher. He is the founder of Blenders Eyewear. And Chase, last time you were on, you were just gesturing, and I noticed the tattoo on your wrist. You didn't really say much about it other than, hey, I got to support the brand. When did this whole tattoo challenge thing happen?
It happened last Wednesday. We're actually a week in. So last Wednesday, I think, is when we kicked it off.
Dude, hilarious, because we talked about it yesterday for the first time for like 2 minutes. And let me show you what happened, because we had listeners, great friends, immediately run to the tattoo shop to get the exact same tattoo. Now, this is Fat Tony. I'm going to tell you about him in a second.
FT, let's go, baby.
Yeah, FT in the house. Look, he's wearing his Blenders, and now he's got his Blenders tattoo, okay? And then I'll show you the video of Tommy. This is Tommy. He's getting his Blenders tattoo.
TT, all right.
He's 70, by the way.
Yeah. He don't care. He's like, whatever. At this point, who cares? Now, here's a piece of controversy for you, though, Chase. We have a listener. He's watching right now. His name is Bernard Thompson. Alex, I don't know if you can show Chase the issue that Bernard has and let Chase judge and decide what could happen here.
Yeah.
Chase, this guy's all tatted out. His arms are all tatted out. Okay.
There's no more white space, huh?
Well, so here, let us show you this, and then you make a decision as to what should happen here. Okay. Here's the arm of Bernard Thompson. Okay, left arm right there. And I think he sent another picture, Alex. I think he's got he got no room.
Looks like he has room.
I mean, there is a space right in between there, like between his hand and his and the tat right there. He also showed us that his elbow is all clear. He's like, maybe Chase would let me do it on my elbow. I'm like, Chase, I don't know. What are the rules? The rules seem to be the rules.
The rules are the rules, I got to say. But hey, man, this guy's got a lot of ink on his arm. So what about the other arm?
I got it right here.
Okay, good question.
I'm telling you, there's room. It looks like.
There's always room for the stripes.
Okay, see, that's the right arm right there. I think, Bernard, there's space.
We gotta ask this question too. Is this a professional situation where you can only go to a certain level? Because he does work in a hospital.
I was gonna say
TMI.
Yeah.
He does work in a hospital, and we don't want to put his profession in jeopardy by having tattoos below a certain mark.
Come
on.
on.
I don't know if that's his situation or not, but that appears to be in the contract.
There have been some contentious points about some people in the military that can only be tatted from a certain level up. So we've had to make some exceptions. We can make an exception for him. We can.
So if Bernard were to get his same
elbow
tattoo on the elbow, because he sent it to us, it's clear.
How about we do double or nothing if he gets it on his forehead?
Ooh.
Mike Tyson stripes, man.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Or the cheek right here. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he got him all over his neck too, man.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we can definitely make an exception for him on the other arm. No big deal.
Let me read to you, Chase. This is Chase Fisher. He's the founder of Blenders Eyewear, blenderseyewear.com. You save 20% when you use our code. All right, here's the elbow.
Space.
What do you think
Yeah,
about
that's
that?
clean. That's ready.
He's got some, yeah. We can bridge the gap right there on the elbow.
Let me read to you, though. If you go back, Alex, and you show Chase Fat Tony, let me read to you what Fat Tony sent me, because he said, would you please say this to Chase on my behalf? You ready for this, Chase?
I'm ready, baby.
He says, I want to support and do my tiny part to help grow the Blenders brand. Two things. One, I'm going to use a huge part of my store credit to make a raffle to help raise money for his nonprofit to help a 25-year-old mom who's living in a car in Chula Vista with her 5 and 6-year-old daughter. So Fat Tony's going to take the $2,000 in store credit. He's going to run a raffle. He's going to raise money to help get this mom and her 2 kids out of her car and into a place to live. How about that?
That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Parlay that into a double whammy. Good fortune deed. Love that.
Now, wait, here's the second part of what Fat Tony said. Okay. My son is in the Army. I'm hooking up his special forces unit that's buckling down and currently getting ready to throw some, and I don't know what this word means, Alex, chingazos.
Okay.
You know what that means, Alex?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Like, let's just say punches.
Okay, they're about to throw some chingazos with those dope-ass black matted sunglasses. Want you to know that our enemies will meet their market through your lenses.
Wow. We will defeat them by being a force for brightness. Let's go.
Yes. Case, you're gonna get a kick out of this. This past weekend, I'm up in Mammoth, right? And I'm up at the top of this waterfall and I'm looking down at this lake. And I'm looking through my blenders. And I take them off for a second and the lake looks like brown. But when I put my blenders on, it's like green and I can see through the water. And we started taking pictures. Here's without blenders. And then we put the sunglasses in front of the camera and then we would take pictures so that you could see what the polarized lenses do for your eyes and how you can see things so much better. It was awesome, man.
I love that. Love that. Good to hear, man. Good.
And I'm actually going up to the PB store today with my wife with her prescription in hand. And we're going to knock out the prescription because she wears glasses. So same thing, Scott. We were in Zion, right? And I'm rocking my blenders and she's like, she can't see, sun's everywhere. I'm like, here, put these on real quick. So she puts them over her prescription so she can see what I'm seeing. But now I was like, today, let's just get this all resolved for you today. So we're going to head up there and put some prescriptions on her face.
Chase,
I don't want to. You guys say something.
You running a big time business. You might want to get your whiteboard out the way. We don't want people stealing your ideas, man. You might be coming with some triangle glasses or something.
To put this offense into play, it's too much work. I'm not worried about it. Our competitors don't want to do that work. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then show me the whole board then.
It's hard shit. It's hard shit. You know, not a lot of people want to do what we do every single day. So.
Oh my God. Alex told me.
I can't do anything about that.
Alex told me to tell you before you came on, hey, we're on live. Can you not curse? Right.
Oh,
and I sent you a text and I was like, hey, can you not curse? I have a hard time not cursing. Don't worry. We're fine. No one's going to have a big, I think we're going to live. I think we're going to be able to get through this one. Chase Fisher from Blenders Eyewear. Here's my question for you. How many more people can still do this? Is it unlimited? Is it infinite?
I mean, honestly, we had no idea how many people are actually going to do this. Like we were expecting to get a couple responses and we got hundreds of responses and we're nearing triple digits on the amount of people that have actually done it. So you have until Friday at 11:59 p.m. to get those 2 stripes on your wrist. So wherever the chips fall, the chips fall. But I think we're going to hit the Guinness Book of World Records for the most people tatted by a single brand and the most store credit given out on a single day. I think there's going to be thousands and thousands of sunglasses being filtered into the market after this. So we're going to make it in.
And listen, most of our listeners have always been in Southern California, but now with this new deal that we talked about last time you were on Sirius XM channel 159, plastered all over TV, is this cool for everybody outside of SoCal as well?
It's cool for everyone outside of SoCal. It's US only. We got a lot of requests from international, then that had some complications. So look, we didn't know what we were going to get. We're kind of building the plan as we flying it. And there's a lot of things that have kind of transpired since this whole thing came out, but that's the beauty of it. This is kind of the fun new social strategy that we're going to be implementing and really getting our fans involved in fun, unique ways. So we'll see what happens from here, but yeah, you have 2 more days to make it happen.
Chase, we got to hustle. My dad, by the way, keeps telling me that he wants to hang out with you when you come down and visit the store in Delray Beach in Florida.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
My dad's like, does Chase want to play pickleball with me?
I'll play pickleball with Pops. Let's go.
Hey, the QR code is on the screen. Hit it right now. You save 20% when you use our code Kaplan. Chase, amazing promotion. We appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you so much. Peace.
All right, Chase Fisher. Chase Fisher. He is the founder of Blenders Eyewear. And what a great promotion this is. Everybody stay right where you are. Plenty more to get to. This is Kaplan and Crew.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It just goes to show you how special this guy is, and I can't figure out why he doesn't cut through like the Tiger Woods of the world in that kind of dominant fashion in years past.
He stepped up to the tee box on the 14th hole, and he was 60-1 to win that golf tournament. You know, he was trailing by 6 shots, and he comes out on top.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Yo, great friends. Hey, it is Kaplan and crew, Got Grande and the Brown Man. We come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. If you're coming into San Diego, or if you're in San Diego, it's the best place to play blackjack, poker, other table games. Amazing food at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Easy freeway access, so no problem there. No smoking. It is the place to be in San Diego. 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. So, guys, we've sort of started the day talking baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved into football.
A lot of football.
Then we came back to Olympics.
You trash talked walkers who walk miles at about 6.5
hard
minutes.
too.
Yep.
You gave them the business.
It's just the dumbest sport. So dumb. And people are hitting me up and they're like, dude, it's not the dumbest sport. The dumbest sport in the Olympics is curling. I'm like, yeah, that's the winter games.
That's
so people
actually
are like,
one of the coolest.
And I enjoy curling.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
What?
So
It's like handball. There's like everybody loves handball during the Olympics and then loves to forget about it.
Mhm.
Everybody loves curling during the Winter Olympics and then loves to forget
But
about
listen,
it.
when it comes to Olympic walking, though, like it just looks so dumb, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm a
Because they have to have a foot on the ground at all times.
Right.
Makes it
Yes.
dumb. Yeah.
It looks dumb
on the hips.
I feel like like it's a lazy man's running is what it really comes down to.
At
I mean,
6.5 minute miles.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I can't run a 6.5 minute mile. I don't know how these guys walk a 6.5 minute mile. Browner, we're going to find out the women's gold medalist in Olympic walking. We're going to find out her average mile, and then we're going to see if you can run 1 mile faster than that woman.
Bruh, I can walk. Well, you know what? Let's stick to the run. I don't know the rules on walk racing. So I don't want to be like, oh, I can walk what they can walk because I don't know that. But if I can't run faster than they can walk, I'm in trouble.
All right. Hey, by the way, Bernard Thompson, who sent us all those pictures of his tats all over his arms, he's getting the Blenders tattoo tomorrow, and he's getting those $2,000 worth of Blenders eyewear. So, Bernard, you heard what Chase said. Go do your thing, brother. All right. Let me come all the way back to the beginning. Baseball. Padres yesterday over the Pirates. For those of you that listen outside of Southern California, you may not realize, but our home base is San Diego, and the team that we follow is the Padres, and then we look up at the Dodgers, and that's just the life of a Padre fan. But go back to yesterday, because they started this game, and then there was a major rain delay, and Dylan Cease, who was the starting pitcher for the Padres, they warmed him up, he started the game, then the rain delay, and they didn't come back with him. They said, hey, look, he pitched an inning, and that's all we can do because this rain delay is taking a really long time, which leads me.
They tried to restart the game, but the outfield was a lake. And so he redid his warm up. He redid his thing to get ready to come back out. And then there was an extended delay. So shame on Major League Baseball. Shame on those umpires, and shame on Pittsburgh. Well, you guys didn't walk the warning track. Like nobody decided, hey, let's go see, like, make sure the field is actually okay, not just the infield. Like literally, Jackson Merrill pretended like he was about to do a dive into the warning track. That's how much water was out there. So absolute shame and disaster on Major League Baseball last night. And it ended up being a big deal for the Padres, but that's just ridiculous. Like, go walk the field and make sure it's good to go before you say, let's go play.
Browner, Jackson Merrill was about to do that Caleb Williams slip and slide from Hard Knocks last night.
It's the dog days for the ground crew too, man. They're getting toward the end of the season.
That brought me so much joy to see the slip and slide thing, because we did that in high school baseball all the time. Like, we literally practiced sliding on slip and slide, and when our slip and slide was ripped, we just watered the hell out of an empty part of grass and just did it on grass.
I didn't think they did very well on the slip and slide either, by the way. That's just
it's more fun than like
that was
learning,
boring.
you know?
Even that was boring. But when Dylan Cease, who, you know, for those of you that don't really know his career, I mean, he had a freaking no-hitter within the last 2 weeks. When Dylan
also
Cease,
during a rain delay, by the way.
Yeah, but when he doesn't come back, then you got to go to your bullpen and you got to hope that everybody can get warmed up. You got to hope everybody can stay in it mentally. Take a look, Alex, walk us through what the bullpen did last night to get this win against the Pirates.
You ready for this, Browner? Props to AJ Preller for putting this new bullpen together. Brian Hoeing, 3 2/3, 1 hit, no runs. Adrian Morejon, who's been here, but 1 inning, no hit, no runs. Jason Adam, new guy, 1 inning, 2 hits, no runs. Tanner Scott, new guy, 1 1/3, 1 hit, no runs. And Jeremiah Estrada finished that thing, 1 inning, no hit, no runs. They shut out the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And oh, by the way, while this is happening with the Padres bullpen, did you happen to notice last night the Dodgers lost to the Phillies? And not only did they lose to the Phillies, but a guy who's part of their bullpen, who we've seen a lot in San Diego, and a lot of Padre fans don't like this guy because he's a super emotional pitcher.
Oh, we all hate this guy.
Right? He made his season debut last night because he's been hurt all year, and he throws this ball and all of a sudden yanks a hamstring. We're watching the video right now. Look at this. I mean, the whole motion was slow. And Gratterall now from the Dodgers, you know, it was a pretty solid performance last night by Kershaw, who started the game, but then the Dodger bullpen gave it all up.
Yeah. This was the design. If you, as a starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres, all you have to do is give the club 6 solid innings, and there's a solid chance the bullpen can take it from there. That was the design of all these trades. The idea of people saying, oh, get a starter, get a starter, get a starter. They probably didn't see a starter that was as functional and could be as contributive as what they could do with the bullpen. And so you choose the lane, and they chose the bullpen lane. And I think that's actually going to be a success story, because if you're looking around what people thought of it, everybody says they have a playoff contention style bullpen. The question is, can everybody else get them there?
Right.
And
better news too, to your point. Musgrove's coming back officially.
Okay,
and
when is that supposed to happen?
Well, because Dylan Cease only pitched 1 yesterday, he might go a little earlier than normal. So he might pitch this weekend in Miami. The original report was Musgrove was going to pitch in Miami. Now it looks like Musgrove's going to make his debut next week at some point.
You're only 4 games back now. The Dodgers brought Kershaw out last night, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, gave up 1 run. But as soon as Kershaw came out, that is when the bullpen kind of blew things, especially.
And that's when, to Browner's point, Musgrove's only going to give you, depending on how many innings or pitches he has, he's going to be on a pitch count for his first few starts. So that bullpen's going to be very important.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, good win by the Padres. You know, so far 1-1 in this series between the Dodgers and the Phillies. Padres have 2 more. And I know tomorrow my son, who lives in Pittsburgh, told me he's going to the game and he's going to report live from the game. And Browner says he likes a nice correspondent.
As we speak, Diamondbacks 4, Guardians 2, going into the bottom of the 7th.
All right, coming up
today for the Diamondbacks.
Okay, coming up. Let's get to our Torrey Holistics highlight of the day, man, and we'll wrap up with shout-outs next. This is Kaplan and Crew.
If the U.S. gets to a bad start,
and they're down or close, I may double down on the second quarter because I know that that's when Steve Kerr is going to want to either A, if it's close, like, open it up. If they're losing, you got to get the lead because you don't want teams like it was in South Sudan that believe that they can win.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
What is the ceiling for this kid? Now that he's got the money, and we saw something click with him, what is the ceiling for a Jordan Love in this Green Bay team?
Deepest pass target group in the National Football League. 2 stud tight ends. They're legit 5 deep at receiver, 7 bona fide pass targets deal. Come on, man. This guy could be a stud. Top 5 quarterback.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It just goes to show you how special this guy is, and I can't figure out why he doesn't cut through like the Tiger Woods of the world in that kind of dominant fashion in years past.
He stepped up to the tee box on the 14th hole, and he was 60-1 to win that golf tournament. He was trailing by 6 shots, and he comes out on top.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
However many units are on the line, however many people, however many cocktails, it's a perfect scorecard. And someone questioned him on one hole. He's like, well, one thing I never get wrong is the scorecard. And then we're on 13 and he's added up and he's like, this is wrong.
I looked back from number 13 and I'm like, I'm missing $140 somewhere. I don't know where I'm missing it. And I'm looking back and I'm like, no, it doesn't match up on 11. And I got to track it back to number 7.
Only on SportsGrid.
I got to tell you guys something right now. The first 2 weeks of us moving to SportsGrid, I didn't love the clock because I've told everybody this before. It's 10 minutes on, 2 minutes off, 8 minutes on, 2 minutes off, 6 minutes on, 2 minutes off, and then we repeat that 4 times. It's like a workout. I hated it the first couple of weeks because I knew that we were editing it together to put it on radio later in the day, and it kind of screwed with things. Now that we're here and we're not dealing with terrestrial radio anymore, it's an awesome clock with one exception. I have got to pee so damn bad.
Oh,
yeah.
I have got to pee like a mofo, bro. I've got to pee so bad right now that when I go to the bathroom and I pee, I will take my stopwatch with me on my phone and see if I can break a new all-time record. I had a record about 2 weeks ago. I sat through a movie, and then after I had to listen to the producer of the movie talk about the film, I got to the bathroom. I timed it 64 seconds. I had a 64-second pee.
Nice.
That's an amazing pee.
That's a great job by you.
That's
great
an
job by you.
incredible amount of holding.
So, my bathroom is right behind this wall.
Yeah.
And I remember the first week, either the 3rd or 4th day, I had to pee so bad too. And I went and I peed and I pushed and I was like, come on, gotta go. And I was like, oh my God, this pee's taking so long. I come back, 1:10 left.
for me, I'm up at my LA radio station right now. And for me to get to the bathroom, it's about, I'd say, 75-yard walk from here.
Yeah.
But then not only when I come back, then I got to go in and I got to use my code or my key to get back in. I'm afraid I won't make it. So I haven't peed. So I am going to pee like a mother as soon as I'm done. So Grande, let's get to a Torrey Holistics highlight of the day, man.
Also, real quick, I just got a text message from you guys know my friend Alex. He's going to go get that Blenders tattoo today.
No way.
Oh, nice.
Go get that thing today. Oh, he's got so many stupid tattoos. This is probably going to be one of his better ones.
Okay.
So, highlight of the day brought to you by Torrey Holistics, where the promo code is Kaplan. Spend a minimum of $75. You get 20% off.
I'm
your
done.
purchase.
You guys finish the show. I got to go pee.
But this is going to be right up your alley, too. That you
Is
can
it about
hold it
peeing?
3 minutes.
No, I can't hold it anymore.
Yes, you can.
No,
Hold
I
on.
can't.
Promo code Kaplan.
I'm
Spend a minimum
agonizing.
$75.
Let him go. The
See
man
if I
has
make it
proven
back.
himself
Off your purchase.
multiple times. Let him go.
Torrey Holistics, California Holistics, Oxnard Holistics. How unprofessional is he, by the way? My goodness. And this
Guy
story
went
is
on
all.
vacation 2 days after we started this job. This is very
I
on brand.
literally got this story just for him because
he
this
left.
is his guy. This is his guy. This is his guy. Did you hear about this? Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull.
Dale.
Did you hear about this?
No.
He has officially bought the naming rights to Florida International University's football stadium. You're talking about a guy, Mr. Worldwide, that now has a stadium named after him for the next 5 years. He's paying $1.2 million per year for it to be called Pitbull Stadium. That's right, Mr. 305.
This guy's got that kind of money?
Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is Pitbull. This is Pitbull. As part of the deal, Pitbull is going to create an anthem for FIU. He's going to post about the school at least 12 times a year. He will appear at athletic fundraising events. And here's the cool part. Pitbull gets the use of the stadium 10 days a year to do whatever he wants. And the vodka company he owns will be distributed in the stadium, all the suites, and have its own booths around the stadium.
Okay, now that's pretty cool.
That's actually pretty cool. I'm sure he's not even paying for it. I'm sure it's like the vodka company or someone's paying for it.
Right. And
Pitbull Stadium in Miami, Florida will be FIU Stadium will be Pitbull Stadium.
And too, he can use that as a concert venue. This is probably why he did it. You can use it as a concert venue for whatever type of act.
However many times
that money back. Yeah.
However many times, because they don't charge, they waive the lease fees for all 10 of those times he uses it. So he could have 10 free concerts in Miami per year. He could do the Pitbull Festival. He could do the Pitbull whatever. He could just, hey, here's my buddy Shakira. She's going to play a show here. Here's my buddy J-Lo. She's going to play a show here. So,
I don't know if people are going to go to a J-Lo show at this point.
That's your highlight of the day.
54 seconds.
I hope you're proud. I hope you got it all.
You couldn't have waited 60 more seconds?
Dude, I swear to God, between the 2 cups of coffee I drank this morning, the water I drank while I was working out, because, I had my 5:30 a.m. workout club this morning, and the athletic greens that I've been drinking, bro, I'm telling you, no, I could not hold out any longer. There was a garbage can out here. I thought about peeing in the garbage can, but I thought that would look pretty unprofessional.
I want to just say one thing.
Yeah.
I call BS on 75 yards away.
Oh, yeah, we've been in that building.
Come on now. You just did.
Come on, bro.
Dude, you think you just walked 75 yards?
Yeah, because I'm now an Olympic power walker.
In 56 seconds?
No.
All right, maybe I'm exaggerating the distance, all right?
Yeah, you think?
Well, I didn't think. No, I didn't.
Right.
Smart guy. All right, well.
You're the smart guy. Smart guy?
All right, listen to me. This has been a great day. Amazing show. I hope you guys get that tattoo. Go to kaplanandcrew.com. kaplanandcrew.com and vote on our poll today. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. Would you get a blender's tattoo for $2,000 worth of sunglasses? Browner, incredible job. Grande.
The silver and the bronze. I give you Canada, France, Germany, Serbia, and Australia.
Germany, more so than Canada. I think that their talent, it's a little more tiered. What Dennis Schroeder's capable of, Franz Wagner, another player, Daniel Tice steps up, and Mo Wagner as well. They're built to really take advantage of the mistakes that Team USA makes, and they can make the effort plays.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
That race for the Cy Young, pretty much as equally compelling and intriguing as the race for the wild card spots in the National League.
And also keep in mind, this team doesn't pitch the entire season, so his ERA gets affected much, much more if he has a poor outing than, let's just say, Chris Sale or Zach Wheeler that's been there all season long. This would be a fun one to watch it play out, but the big loser last night were the Phillies and Zach Wheeler.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Hopefully they learned their lesson. Hey, this ain't the NBA, bro. You don't have 6 fouls, and they will check you on this stuff. And Brooks has a reputation coming into this. You can tell the refs are watching them, and they were on him all the time.
This was 10, 12 years ago. Canada playing Greece with that type of lead that they had. They probably would have mentally crumbled and lost that game to Greece by 3 or 4 points in the final minute of that ball game.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
Pharrell has taken over. Let's go. It's Pharrell. Coast to coast.
Steaks, chicks, stacks.